everyone, Marcy here. Welcome to my craft table. I'm delighted to be hanging out with all of you today. Today's project is Roxy's weekly challenge. I am behind a little bit, which is fine. Last time I did week 10, and this time I'm going to be combining her challenges from weeks 11 and 12. I think she's up to week 16. I don't mind being a little bit behind because I don't want to do one of these every single week, which is what I would have to do to stay caught up and current with her. I just kind of want to do them as I want to, and I probably won't do all of her challenges anyway, so we'll be fairly current. Anyway, today's project, like I said, is weeks 11 and 12. She was working with vellum, and I really don't have a lot of vellum. I don't have printed vellum. I don't have pretty vellum from packs or whatever. I just don't. My old printer used to print on it just fine, but I have a new one, well, newer for me. It's a couple years old, but for some reason this printer won't print on vellum, the ink smears. So I'm guessing it's just the difference in the brands and maybe the types of ink. So what I came up with instead of doing vellum is this typing paper. I'm pretty sure this was typing paper and not tracing paper, but it could have been tracing paper. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's been coffee dyed, and it has a really nice look and a marvelous little crinkle to it. So that's what we're going to be working with today. And I'm doing the two challenges together because challenge 12 kind of piggybacked off of challenge 11, off of her week 11. So just doing them together at the same time kind of makes sense instead of dragging it out. All right, so with that being said, we are going to dive into this project right after this. Well, in that short little pause, things took an unexpected turn and we've had to come back and regroup. So I did come back. I started showing and filming for you what was happening, and do you see how I now have blue ink all over me? I had a stamp pad start to disintegrate, unfortunately, so we've put it to rest. It's had a little funeral for it there. It's kind of a bummer, but anyway, it left these little pieces everywhere and it's embedded in my stamp, and then it just kind of kept going from there, and then I glued something on upside down and backwards for you. So the upshot of all of that, these are the scraps that are left, which I'm sure will be really neat for something else, but that's what happened. Now the good thing is I do have one that turned out, so at least now we have a prototype, so we will continue on from there. However, I didn't grab any more of my tracing paper. We are going through the tracing paper awfully quickly. Guess I'll be having to coffee dye some more this summer. So I don't remember exactly what I said before we took the break, you know, and I don't remember how much explaining I did or if I showed you the things that I was going to use to decorate. So I apologize if I'm double explaining. I'm going to save as much of the beginning footage as I can and then go from here. So we're splicing. Okay, so here's what we're making. Turned out really cute, I think. All right, so basically we have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You can use vellum like Rachel did, and she stamped on it. You can use this cool tracing paper, coffee dyed anything. You could use book pages or scrapbook paper, anything, any kind of pretty paper that you want, a digital. Rachel liked that they were kind of see-through, and I don't have a lot of vellum, so this is what I wound up with. Okay, so first thing she did was she tore, I'm turning this because I want to keep this discoloration and that little circle there that looks like a coffee cup. She tore them down. And so I'm going to do the same thing. So I took off about 3 inches. I'm thinking this is where I left off. Okay, so we're tearing that. Ta-da! And then we have roughly like an 8.5 inch square or 8 inch square. Then she folded up about 2.5 inches or so, and everything was just kind of eyeballed, okay? So I'm being a little more precise because I just want to make sure I have this how I want it. And then she just folded up the bottom edge to form a pocket. Let's do that here. So it was about 2.5 inches or so that she folded it. And then we're going to fold it in half with the pocket to the inside. So remember on week 1 we did something very similar. We just folded it like this so it could wrap around a page. Well, this time we're doing it like this. This is a little bit bigger. So the final size roughly is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/4-ish by 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, so about a 6 by 4 is what you're ending up with. So there's that one. And let's fold this in half. I apologize for the crinkles. And I think we just really want to give them a nice sharp crease. And then we're just going to glue our pockets together. She used a stapleless stapler. Not easy to say, by the way. It just kind of like pinches the 2 pieces of paper together. It was, in my opinion, not a very useful piece of equipment. So, not that I even own one, but I mean, I was just like, just staple it already. I'm going to glue. You can use double-sided tape if you'd like. So staples, glue, tape, whatever is your preference. So there's one. And then I just want to make sure that it stays square because my other one didn't. The one that got disastered, we had a craft room catastrophe is what we had. Oh, I was just thinking, wouldn't that look cool if you glued like some trim along here, a piece of lace or something? That would look really cool. I don't have any out, but boy, I'll have to. I guess I could maybe even use washi tape, but now I'm gluing it. I would want to do that before I glued these shut because it's easier to do that. I do like this little torn rip right there. I think that's kind of cute. There you go. Yeah, you could put some trim, some lace, some washi tape or whatever along here. That would look really cool. And now it doesn't look like it's square. So let's try. We'll get them squared up. There we go. I can't forget that I have a second half to do, so I don't want to get too bogged down in this. Okay, so happily the disaster has allowed me to pre-pick and go back and re-pick what I was looking for and then grab some extra inks and stuff. I'm using these little paper pieces that came from my Your Creative Studio unboxing last year. I think the one I messed up was this bird, but I think I want to use instead. Oh, that one's pretty too. Oh, come here. I put a bookmark in it and I still can't get it. This bird. So we're going to use this guy. And I kind of like that this discoloration is similar in color here. And then before we do any of that, and I picked out a flower even. See, I was able to pick out my flowers. These are some of those die cut flowers that I was doing. But before we do any of that, let's do some stamping. So I decided to do some background stamping. Rachel used a script stamp and something else. On this one, you can see better on the back, I did use a script stamp and it was my Tim Holtz. This one, the Ledger script from Stampers Anonymous. Now I see I can't remember if in the intro I showed you what I was using or not. This one I'm going to use a doily stamp, and again, because of the craft catastrophe, I can actually pre-plan my colors a little better. So I guess all is not lost. Wow, it looks like the, whoops, is my head getting in the way? Looks like the ink is leaked out or something there. Huh. Did that even turn out? No, it didn't. Okay, it's not a complete impression. That is one problem with this stamp. I think I got this. Did Did I get this out of the dollar spot at Michael's or something? I think so. It doesn't even have any markings. It is not very good. You have to really watch about getting the center. But it's really nice for doing a partial impression. All of my stamps I'm using, other than that Tim Holtz one there, and this one, the Flora one, which I linked in a previous video, so I'll link it for you again. The rest of these are old, so I don't think you can really get them. Okay, so that's really cool. That was Archival Plum. Also will be linked. Everything I'm using to date will be linked down below. And then if you click on those links, of course, I get a small fee commission, but like it's pennies. So I started as an Amazon affiliate last February, and I still have not even gotten $10 from the affiliate links, which is what they require before they will actually deposit anything into your account. So that's where we stand with that. Lest you think I'm getting rich by my affiliate links, I assure you I am not. Okay, I think I want to do gray. So this is watering can, Archival Ink watering can. Love this color. And this is a Martha Stewart. I got this a long time ago at Michael's, so seriously doubt you can get it, but just in case. They were called, oh, it's by EK Success, Martha Stewart, just doilies. Right there. There you go. If you're looking for it, I wish you all the best of success. There's that one. It did turn out looking rather cool, I have to say. I'm going to put that right there. Then, so that was watering can and plum. I love plum. And let's go to coffee. Look, it's going to be like a coffee ring, only it's a doily. Isn't that clever? Oops, other way. Is that right? Yep. Okay. I suppose I could try to stamp around it, but where's the fun in that? I did like the overlapping. I like how that looked. Oh, my circle's not round. Whoops. That's a new one. Okay. Oops. Good grief. I'm just one disaster after another here. This was not my intention. There's that. And then, let's see, I'm going to wipe that off really fast. These seem to wipe off pretty well. I've had this set for a while, but I forget to use it, so I'm really happy to be using it right now. Okay, the thing I wanted to check is how it looks. Oh, see, I have it upside down again. Ugh. Scoot those out of the way. How it looks when it's shut. Look, and that really cool little blob there ties right in. Actually, that looks pretty good. I was wondering if I needed to do another smaller one. This one, I kind of want to do some in raisin, so let's get a smaller block here. This is really old. I found it at a thrift store, so I seriously doubt this is anywhere. But I like the color. It's a really interesting color. Let's do one there. Oh, it almost looks the same, doesn't it? Interesting, because when you actually stamp, maybe they just changed raisin to plum and darkened it up, because normally this does not look as dark as the plum. That's interesting. The things you learn. I'm going to wipe this one off really fast. I do like this stamp. I use it a lot. You never see me use it, but I do use it a lot. Okay, putting those back. Here we go. Now, making sure I have it right side up this time. I didn't stamp this one. Should I stamp that one really fast? I did bring over these cool things. This is an old recollections set called Formal-esque. This was from Michael's, but again, probably not there at all anymore. But I liked it because of this cool design. So what we have to decide is, are we going to make that the centerpiece? We could. We could make that the focal point instead of one of these things. I don't know. What do you think? There's ink on my block. I'm wiping it off because it doesn't look, I don't know, doesn't feel right. Okay, so that one we could do, should we do it in sepia or in coffee? This is the coffee. So the reason I was testing them out before, yeah, the Archival ink is nice. Well, this one's still a little wet, but it just kind of dries real fast. And I had been testing them out to see if my old blue stamp pad would work. But now, I guess, it gives me opportunity to get a new dark blue stamp pad. I don't have dark blue, which is unusual. So let's put this right in the middle. And let's do that pretty corner. You very often see me use this one. You see me use it in other things. So I do like this set. It's very versatile. So let's give it that up there. Do we dare? Let's do it down here because then I don't have to line it up exact. If I try to line up the two together, sometimes that's tricky. So let's just do it down there. So now it looks like it's framed. Nice. I just rubbed my face. How much you want to bet I have blue ink on it? I have to go somewhere tonight. Can't be all messy like this. Well, they'll understand. They'll know that I make things. I mean, how can you effectively create without getting messy? I'm gonna set those aside. There we go. Set my blocks aside. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. So, making sure I'm right side up. Yes, good. This little birdie is gonna go right there. And then what I did was I just tore up some piece of book page because I didn't want script and I didn't really want music. I wanted something that didn't really compete too much with what was on the page. So, you know, in the background. So this kind of, it doesn't compete too much. And the print is really small, so I feel like it would fit better that way. I'd like to say thank you because today's scrap of book is brought to you by Great Grandma Harrison's Bible. One of many. Many, many. Okay, now I do want to position this just right so I can put this on there. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's do this. This is just art glitter glue that I'm using right now. And laying this down. Oops, right there. Using an old dry napkin. When I say old, I just mean it's a spare napkin, not like I used it and wiped my face and got grease on it and now I'm using it in the craft room. Just saying, it was an extra napkin. And I like, is that straight? Close enough. And I like these, see that's why I like these flowers. The silhouette of them is so cool. I could run that right up that edge and overlap the book and this and the vellum. So that is what we'll do. And let's see if there's anything we need to poke out because it looks like there is. Yep, there's one. Is that it? Nope, there's another one. This has a little bit of texture to it too. Probably can't tell from from way up there, but it does. This is, I gotta focus on my gluing. Don't drop it, don't drop it. There we go. So we're gonna put that right here. There we go. There it is. Okay, and then this one, I think that one, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't really think it needs a lot, do you? I mean, I could put some other kind of flower over the top. What could I do? Got this brown one, but I think the flower would compete too much with this. Like, this is its own design. So let's leave that one the way it is. And then I have these, excuse me, while I'm reaching, I'm gonna grab these things are like these little faux postcards. They're just paper. I got these from the Scrapbooking With Me website. It's called Oscar Wilde's Letters. I assume they ordered them somewhere from China or somewhere. Anyway, I thought they'd be really cute to just tuck inside a pocket. I'm gonna save that strip. Yes, I am. Normally I wouldn't, but I need to leave that too. But the way they decorated the paper, you could use it kind of like washi tape. So there's one for this pocket. One for this pocket. Okay, and then the next thing she did was she punched a hole. And I have this, let's see, I want to do it this way. Actually, okay, so I have a 1/8 inch hole punch. But because we want to line these up, I'm going to use this one, the Crocodile, the smaller one. I'm going to use the 1/8 inch hole, and then I didn't know you could adjust these till I saw some other people doing it. So it's at like 1, 2, 3/8, yeah, so just shy of a 1/2 inch in. And the reason that's important is because now we're going to punch these holes to tie threads through, and you want them equidistant from the edge. And the best way to do that is to have this lined up. Yep. Whew. Got it right side up this time. This one might run into just a little bit. Okay. Nice. And some twine. I had it. I've lost it. There it is. Okay. Probably brown twine would look better, but I just grabbed this one. This is kind of a yellow and white. This is like that faux baker's stuff. Okay. And then I'm going to go down and up, and you could thread a needle, or you can not worry about it. You do you. Okay, so there's that. I'm not really sure what the point of that is. You could literally just paper clip this shut. I'm still not 100% sold on the fact that there's this little thread tying through there. I don't know. But, you know, the whole point is to try her challenges and try something different that maybe you don't normally do. And it's working. A lot of these I probably would not have done. Okay, there's that one. I probably got that a little short. I just guessed on the length. So I'll go through there. Uh-oh. That was not what we wanted. Very excited. I have a Happy Mail video for the next one on Friday. Or maybe it'll be next Monday. I'm not sure. I have like 3 videos and I haven't quite decided what order to do them in, but it's either going to be Friday or next Wednesday. I mean, did I say Monday? I don't even upload on Mondays. What am I thinking? Today's Monday. Oops. We celebrated our anniversary over the weekend, so we kind of broke it up. We went to dinner on one night and to a movie on the next day. On Saturday, we went to a matinee and we saw down to the Flicks, which is an independent movie theater here in the area. We love the Flicks. And we saw Quiet Girl. It's a little bit slow moving, so if you like a lot of action, it's probably not your thing, but it was good. It was good. And it leaves you kind of with a question, so you have to decide, you know. Okay, there's those 2, and now let me show you very quickly what she did with the offcuts. So the offcuts were essentially 3 inches wide because they were torn off of here. And then she just folded those up. So it's about 8.5 by 3. And she just folded those up a couple and a half inches or so. She might have done them deeper. Not sure. And she essentially made little pockets, which you could glue to a page or use as a tag. They're like vellum tags with a pocket kind of thing. So since I'm not playing with vellum, I'm using coffee dyed typing paper. Okay, these are sort of the same. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna glue, 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 glue. Oh, have to glue it straight. Oh, it's still getting off. Why is this one off? Well, that is not the desired result. Uh-oh, I'm getting my fingers in the glue again. Okay, so I'm going to have to trim this one because for some reason it's not straight. So weird. I don't remember if she used the stapler on these. Pocket. Okay, so first she went to the back and she decorated it. Very cool. So what I thought I would do, these might be all too wide. Like, here's this cute lady. I can trim her down. Here's these 2 having tea. Is that a man and a woman or 2 women? It's like she's serving tea to the priest or something. I have these ladies too. Which I do like her. These are both from Mrs. Cog. Tea Time. And then this one was what? The Fabulous Calendar Ladies of Edward R. Eggleston or something. I used them in the Art Deco journal. They are so fun. Okay, oh, this one's kind of cool. I might have to trim that one down. I don't like it as much as I like that one. So I have to decide which one do I like better. I'm really kind of drawn to this. It's just different, you know. I love her. She's probably one of my favorites. Okay. She's a close contender, but not today. Okay, so I need to trim these down a bit because they're already almost 3 inches wide, so we want them a little bit narrower than the tag. Okay, so we could also stamp in the background here. I wish I had some really pretty like paper that picked up those colors, but I don't think I do. Let's see what we got. Just on the off chance. I got a bunch of stuff sitting here. I don't think this one is right. I think that's too brown. Yep. And I do kind of like this one for this sweet lady. Although she's not really a barnwood kind of gal. There's some other blue ones. She might be this though. She might be pretty flowers kind of gal. Can't really tell it's torn back there. There's a little more purple in that scrap than this is more blue-gray. I have this one, but that one's got too much white in the background. This one has more blue. When you put it on the blue, it shows this gray. So that's, I feel like it's throwing it off. So let me keep looking. Wondering. Oh, that looks cool. This blue is close, not exact. Sometimes close is fine, and sometimes close is throws it off. Blue-gray. Okay, I have this scrap. Let's see how you look on there. Aha, see? It's got grayish tones. Now the thing is you can't tell what she's on. So even if I just back it partially, you can't really see any of the pattern. All you get is just kind of the color. So I guess I'm wondering, do I want to offset it a little bit? Maybe. And I need a pencil. Gotta hurry. Just gonna rip. Oh, this one's kind of fiery. Look at, how does that look on there? It's interesting. The blue really brings out these pinks more, but the fire kind of matches those colors. I really kind of like the blue. Okay. I'm going to trim her just a teensy bit more. Sorry. Oh man, there's blue ink on my cutter. Oh dear. Will the tragedy never go away and stay gone? Craft catastrophe. Now, you know what? I was going to ink this little guy in Victorian Velvet, and then I completely forgot, but I don't think it would have shown up. Now that I'm thinking about inking. No, you guys won't do. I was thinking about inking in blue, but I don't have blue. So, walnut stain it is. Uh-oh, I'm getting blue on my fingers. Okay, right at the moment it kind of looks like part of the design, so we're lucky. I didn't really want to ink this. I don't think it really needs it. Let's see. I mean, I suppose I could do it with the, no, see the torn side doesn't really show, but if I put it this way, you can see more of the flowers. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. And then so you can see these are two very simple projects, and that's why I combined them, because I don't think they each needed to be there on video. I mean, they could have been, if I was making multiples of each one, mass making kind of, but I'm not. Okay, let's see. So I want this. That was very silly of me to put glue everywhere, but on the other hand, maybe not. Look. I knew what I was doing the whole time, even though I didn't know what I was doing. Okay. There's that. So she decorated the back. And I feel like this should fold over for reinforcement. When I trim this as a tag, it might just be a little tall is all. So I'm just gonna leave that whole piece. It is a little wide though, isn't it? Come here. Is my head in the way? I'm sorry. I felt my head bump the camera just now, so hopefully it's not in the shot. Well, that's just going to be right up against that edge. So here we go. I'm going to scoot that down here so I can see what I'm doing a little better. Yeah, that does not look quite square, but it is what it is. I don't know where it's picking up all that blue from, but I'm really disturbed now. It's going to get on something that it shouldn't. And I'm going to be sad. Okay, we're just about there. I'm trying to remember what she tucked inside. I don't remember if she, I think she just took some random, uh-oh, crooked. I think she just took some random pieces and, got lucky on that. And just stuck them in there. I don't remember if she backed them. She might have backed them on a piece of book page to give them a little more stability. What if we backed ours on a piece of this vellum? I gotta scoot it back down here again, because clearly I did not have that straight. If we backed it on a piece of vellum, you could still write on this stuff, the typing paper, I mean, you could still write on it. It would look kind of cool. Maybe. Okay, we're gonna trim these together into a tag shape. The only thing is that since she was using vellum, hers were a little bit more stiff than mine are going to be, because this is just typing or tracing paper or whatever it is. So my tags may bend a bit. I also don't want to line up so that I can trim them. Watch me cut myself. Come on. I need it to get where I can hold it. You know what? We might just draw a line. Let's just draw a little line right there. There we go. It's better than cutting my finger off, that's for sure. I did poke myself the other day. I was cutting a bagel. They unfortunately were not pre-split, and so I went to cut it and I poked myself with the knife, like a literal puncture right there. It's very painful. You know what? I'm looking at those and I'm looking at my stamp here. And I kind of feel like she could use, now last time I did this, I got too much. Could she use, yeah, like right there. Okay. What color? Gray or black? Probably black, don't you think? Okay, so I said I was gonna go right. I just think it looks a little plain right there. So wish me luck. Fingers crossed, everyone. There's a smear. I don't want to smear. Keep trying to get my head in the way. There we go. There it is. There we go. Gently. Ha! And right there. Okay, yes. Perfect. Just the easiest bit. And right here, I don't know. Maybe that spot right there. Right there. Right down there. And then I want something that I gotta be able to just get that little bit. So like maybe that corner right there. Just that. Got another smudge. Where did I want it? I thought I wanted it up here. Maybe I do. Okay, just the easiest bit. And did I want anything over here? I have no idea. Maybe that tiny bit of writing right there. Right there. Ooh, ooh, I did it. I did it. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Now, for the other side, what do we want to stick in there? I wanted, oops, got stuff going everywhere. This would be kind of cool in there, wouldn't it? It's going to have to trim it down. This is just from a gardening book or floral arranging or something. If I could cut straight with scissors, we'd be in really good shape, but I cannot. There we go. Okay. Nice. Okay, so if I back that on a piece of this stuff, there's all those scraps. I wonder if any of those are big enough. There we go. Maybe this one. Might as well use them. If I back it like that, yeah, you can kind of see the image, but you could still write on it, correct? And I think maybe glue stick for this one, which means I need to put my pin back in my other glue. So I, remember I told you I found these stainless steel pins in my drawer, so switched it out. And of course, now that we're on camera, it doesn't want to go in there, but I assure you it works just fine. There we go, okay. I hope that glue stick is going to adequately stick to this stuff. Okay, and I need to avoid this end because I had some glue there already, so I want to use the straight edge because that's always helpful when you're trimming it up, but I want to not go all the way to the end. Do you think I can trim this straight with my scissors? Maybe. Should I cut this into a tag shape also, or should I just make it like a journal card? Ooh, decisions, decisions. My timer's gonna end, hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna turn that off, and we're almost there, we're almost there. Hopefully this isn't longer than I want since I'm having to splice the two pieces together. Okay. There we go. Okay, so yeah, let's round it. And I feel like it needs something right here and here in the middle of that pocket. Do I have, maybe I could just, should I just do a doily? What do you think? Or, where's my other one? I don't, oh, maybe that. Would that work? If I just put it like right up towards the top? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. There we go. Put the lid back on. Make sure we can see what we're doing. Center that as best we can. There we go. Yeah, that's what that needed. Okay, and then let's do it on this one too. Do you hear my husband out there talking to the dog and acting like she's being really, oh dear. He's always telling her that she feels sad and stuff. He's pretty sure she's sad because the door's shut, but you know, he's out there. Anyway, he's a silly man. He also forgets that his voice is very loud and it carries, and so you can hear everything, even when the doors are shut. It's like a gift, really, but I don't feel like I got anything great out of it. Okay, so there's this, and then let's figure out what we want to put inside. Do I have anything? I really don't want a lady with a lady. I don't know. I wanted something different. Like, I like that this was flowers. Let's see. Well, it'd probably slide in there easier if it was on something. And this is so flimsy that I feel like putting it on more of this isn't going to work very well, but what if I wanted it on something that I could center it on? Something about this tall, though. Just not that. Another deep dive for some adequate backing. I have this. Well, this is kind of the same thing, isn't it? I mean, this is typing paper. Okay, so this is definitely tracing paper, because here's the typing paper. I don't think you can actually write on typing paper, though. That won't work. I want something stiffer, like the back of a book. So, let's see, we want it about like that. Got stuff in the way everywhere. I want it a little long, though. I'm gonna try that. That's way too wide. If this is barely wide enough, why do I think that that is gonna work? It's not my smartest move. It's not gonna work. But I do want it longer. Those are turning out kind of cool. I'm very surprised. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do with them. So, surprise! It's always a surprise to see what your brain comes up with, right? Okay, let's get this centered. Yeah, I should have probably put some stamping on the back of that, she says, at the last minute. I want script. Where did it go? Okay, not that one. This one, the Timmy Holtz one. Because it's so plain in those margins that I want it to have something, but not, again, not overpower. Now we are going way over, and I apologize. And there's no ink down there. How do we do? Let's do that. That helps. And that. Okay, good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Man, I am just oh, I'm trying to put the lid on the bottom. One big inky mess. I'm not even trying to hurry today, and this is what we're winding up with. Can you imagine how it would have been if I tried to hurry? My husband's talking on the phone now, maybe to one of our children. We already talked to one of them today, so it must be the other one. We still call him the big one and the little one, even though they're basically the same size. Make sure that goes the right way. Sounds like it. Camille's finishing up her semester. She had a big paper due, and I guess apparently it's like, uh-oh, that's crooked. analyzing your parents or something. I don't know. But she has spent hours and hours interviewing my husband and asking him all kinds of questions about his childhood and his family, and yeah, hours. They've probably done easily 16 hours of interviewing. Uh-oh. Okay. Sometimes you just got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, and I'm folding. I am folding. I fold, Uncle. Just gonna trim those edges again so they all line up nice and neat. This is gonna be a pain in the neck to try to edit. Okay. I want to do this. And I think, I didn't do this on the other one, but I think I would like to do this. Okay, so it's very lightweight. It's just 2 pieces of paper glued together, but it will make a nice little journal space. I'm going to clear some stuff up, and then I'll come back and show you how it all looks. Okay, I am back, and we have our finished product. I decided while I was finishing up to go ahead and punch holes and do a hole reinforcer so that these look more like tags, and I think it'll help help this be a little more stiff, you know, a little more sturdy, so that when I put a tag topper in there, it will hold up, and then also it just doesn't flop over. That is, I guess, the downside of using tracing paper instead of vellum. That being said, I really like how these turned out. So first we had, this was the example, and then these are the 2 we made together. So these are little holders of some sort. I can't remember what she called them. And instead of the vellum, we've used coffee dyed tracing paper, stamped in the background, glued focal point on it, and on these 2 I used those lovely die cut flowers, the Tim Holtz ones. This one I just went with the stamping, so it's plain on the back. These 2 I stamped all the way across. And then when you open it up, you have 2 pockets inside. I just stuck one of these cute little paper postcards in there. You can stick anything you want, make cute little happy mail, or tuck them inside another pocket, or clip it on a page in a journal. And then out of the cutoff piece from these, we made these tags. And so you just fold it up on the back, decorate up the front. There we go, that's better. Fold it up on the back, decorate it up on the front, and then cut it into a tag shape if you wish, which I did, and then made little cards to go in the pockets back here. And I decided to add some stamping back here and some stamping to the front just to kind of fill them in and make them look less plain. So there you have it, everyone. That is today's project. Weeks 11 and 12 of Roxy's Weekly Challenge for 2023. And now it's time to read something spectacular for our quote of the day. Okay, today's quote is by Henry David Thoreau. It says, "Goodness is the only investment that never fails." And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You don't need me to say much more about it. But that's something to invest in, is being good. Goodness, spreading goodness. Can't get too much of it in this world. Day after day, we're reminded of that, aren't we? All right, guys, that wraps it up for today. I'm sorry this was just kind of a bumbly session, but anyway, maybe it doesn't come off that way for you guys, but I have the whole first section that I edited out to to remember on my end here, but you guys didn't have to see all that. So until next time, be inspired and do something creative today. I'll talk to you in the next video. See you later. Bye-bye now.